I sensed something was off the moment I saw the way she looked at him. It wasn't the polite, practiced smile Sarah usually gave to strangers, nor the carefree laugh she saved for her close friends. This one was softer, lingering, like a secret being exchanged silently, and it wasn't meant for me. My name is Michael, and for 15 years I believed Sarah and I had built something lasting. We married young, maybe too young, but I thought we had grown together. I spent long hours working as an architect while she stayed home, later taking on a part-time teaching job to keep herself busy. We had our ups and downs like anyone, but I believed our foundation was strong enough to survive anything. And then there was that night, the dinner party that changed everything. I watched her laugh with him. Daniel. Tall, charming, a corporate lawyer with a perfect smile, and an easy way with words. I was the one who introduced them, completely unaware that in that moment, I had handed him the keys to my entire life. Pleasure to meet you, he said, shaking Sarah's hand just a little too long. She didn't pull away. I brushed it off as nothing, convincing myself I was overthinking. But afterward, Sarah wouldn't stop talking about him. How funny he was. How easy he was to talk to. That was when I first felt it. A tightening in my chest I couldn't explain. Slowly, little things began to change. Her phone was always face down. She stayed up late grading papers. She bought new dresses, wore new perfume, and carried herself like a woman 10 years younger. When I asked her about it, she would laugh, tell me I was being ridiculous. "You're the only man I want," she'd say with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. One night, I woke up and found her side of the bed empty. I went downstairs to find her whispering into her phone. She nearly jumped out of her skin when she saw me. "Who was that?" I asked, my heart already hammering. "Emily," she said too quickly. "She's going through a rough patch." Her excuse hung between us like smoke, choking me. But I swallowed it. Because the truth I was starting to suspect, was unbearable. The truth came on a Tuesday of all days. Strange, how an ordinary day can carry so much destruction. I left work early, bought flowers on the way home, thinking maybe I'd been too hard on her, maybe she just needed to feel seen. I wanted to remind her she was loved. I walked into the house quietly, hoping to surprise her. And I did. The flowers fell from my hands when I saw them. Sarah was pressed against the kitchen counter, Daniel's lips on her neck, her fingers in his hair. For a moment, the world stopped. The faint hum of the fridge, the sound of water dripping in the sink, her sharp intake of breath when she noticed me standing there. "Michael," she started. But her voice cracked under the weight of the silence between us. Daniel had the nerve to step forward, straightening his tie. "Listen, man. Don't," I said, my voice low and raw. "Don't you dare." And then I turned and walked out. I didn't wait for excuses. I didn't wait for apologies. Her voice followed me, calling my name, but I didn't look back. The days after were a haze of anger, grief, and numbness. She came to me sobbing, swearing it just happened. That she still loved me. But those words felt empty. Love doesn't hide in dark corners. Love doesn't betray in the very kitchen where we had once cooked together. "I gave you everything," I told her, my throat tight. "And you threw it away for him." She didn't fight me when I filed for divorce. Why would she? She had him now. I thought walking away would be the hard part, but it turned out living with the ghost of what we were was worse. I'd run into her sometimes, see her laughing with him, and it would all come back. The sting, the ache, the rage. Nights were the cruelest. The bed felt too big, too cold. Friends told me time would fix it. And maybe slowly, unevenly, it did. Then one day, I heard Sarah had married Daniel. I thought I'd feel hatred. I thought I'd burn with rage. Instead, I just felt tired. And strangely, I felt sorry for them both. 2 years passed before I heard from her again. One quiet Sunday evening, my phone lit up with her name. I almost ignored it. But I answered. "Michael." Her voice was softer now, tired. "Can we talk?" Against my better judgment, I agreed to meet her. When I saw her, I barely recognized her. She looked older, the light gone from her eyes. "How's married life?" I asked, unable to stop the bitterness. She flinched. "Not what I thought it would be," she whispered. I let out a humorless laugh. "Imagine that." Tears filled her eyes. "I made a mistake." Daniel isn't you. He doesn't care. He doesn't listen. He makes me feel small. And yet, I said coldly, he was worth burning everything down for. Her tears spilled over. I thought he was exciting, different. But once the fantasy became real, it wasn't what I wanted. I ruined everything for a man who doesn't even love me. I stayed silent. There was a time I would have pulled her into my arms, promised to fix everything. But that version of me was gone. You wanted him, I said finally, quietly. You got him. Michael, please, she begged. If I could go back, I'd choose you. I stood up, my chair scraping loudly against the floor. You did choose Sarah. You chose him. And now you have to live with it. Her sobs followed me as I left, just like they had the day I walked out for good. Betrayal is a strange kind of wound. It doesn't bleed on the outside, but it festers. For years, I carried it like a scar carved into me. But seeing her like that, hollowed out by the very man she destroyed us for, I realized something. The pain was no longer mine to bear. It belonged to her now. She would live with it for the rest of her life. Every morning waking beside the man she once thought was her salvation. And me? I was free. Months later, I heard they had divorced. The irony was brutal. She had torn our marriage apart to chase passion, only to be left with nothing. Sometimes, late at night, I wonder if she ever replays that Tuesday in her head. The moment I dropped the flowers, the moment everything unraveled. I hope she does. Because that was the day her life changed forever. Not mine.